Hello everybody and welcome to the Mathmech budget guide. This is a deck that's been around for a while, but recently had a new release in Mathmech Circular. Circular allows us to Foolish Burial a Mathmech monster from our grave to special summon Circular. And then you can only attack with one monster for the rest of the turn, which does not matter if we go first, of course. But it's important to keep it. If a Mathmech monster is normal or special summoned to your field while we control this monster, we can add a Mathmech spell or trap from our deck to our hand. This will usually be as Mathmech Superfactorial or Mathmech Equation. Superfactorial is it's a revolt for Mathmechs, which means we can synchro summon on our opponent's turn or exile summon on our opponent's turn. Roland Lockbird, this is a fantastic hand trap that is cheap. It blocks adding from the deck for the rest of the turn, which is quite strong and can really shut some decks down, like Flute Boundaries, for example. Microcoder can link from hand into a Code Talker, and if we do that, we can add a Signet card, which is Signet Mining. Excellent card, it's an extender, it's useful. Let's go. Ash Blossom needs no introduction, I think. It's a gate hand trap. Mathmech Sigma can special summon himself and is a tuner and can also be treated as a non-tuner for Mathmech monsters, so it's a versatile card. Addition can special summon itself by giving a targeted monster 1000 attack, so it's a plus. And then we have Subtraction, which does the same but reduces by 1000 attack. This is, of course, you can do this on your opponent. So you can do that on your opponent and this on your monsters. It's good. Then Diameter fetches stuff from grave for synchro and XYZs, and then has a negate. You can negate. It's a quick effect negate on the turn it was summoned, so if we superfactorial into it, we have a negate on our opponent's turn. If we do an R, we can block like Nibiru and stuff like that. Meow's Click, not sure why we run this. It's Runicate, I guess, because it negates field zones. So I suppose that's useful against Labyrinth and like Runic. Not so useful against like anything else except some specific branded versions. Circular, the new guy, as I covered before, he's crazy. Lava Golem if we're going second and need to tribute off some crazy negate monsters. Parallel Exceed, it's a Cybers, it's a normal level card and it can facilitate a Link 3 if you have this card and any of our other cards, because we can go to Lingoribo, summon Parallel Exceed, and then summon another one, and that's a Link 3. Go into like Update Jammer, into Accesscode Talker, Decode Talker, Access Accelerator. We have some place. It's not amazing, but it's a budget deck. Raigeki, because it's free. Monster Reborn, because again it's free. Signet Mining searches any of our Signet cards, which is most of them. And this is also free, it costs 500 gems a pop when you buy the Salamangreat deck, so I don't count this into the UR cost because they're just a fixed price. Mathmech Equation, it is a Monster Reborn with a 1000 attack increase, so it's a Monster Reborn with a plus side. It's excellent, we can search it with Circular. I like it. Lightning Storm, of course, again, it comes from the bundles, and it's nice if we're going second and we don't have that many power cards. We're trying to squeeze in as many as we possibly can. Small World, it's Rota, basically. If we have a monster in hand, we want a different monster. For example, like Mathmech Circular, we're stuck with a Parallel Exceed, we can Small World to bridge that gap and get us a Circular into hand, which is very good. This card has seen some rise in popularity recently in the meta, and I can definitely see why it's a generic role. Forbidden Droplet, because again we don't have that many power cards and it's free. evenly matched. It's a hand trap. We desperately need good hand traps, and this one is quite good. It banishes face down, which is the best kind of removal, in my opinion. It's a little slow, but that's okay. Infinite Impermanence, because again, it comes from a bundle, and this is a very good card. Of course, we want to play it. Super Factorial, I've covered this already a little bit, but we target up to 3 Mathmech monsters, then special summon them in either Synchro, a Mathmech, or Exis, a Mathmech. This would be Geo, Mathmech, Magma if we decide to do it on our turn. If we had the full version of the deck, it would be Final Sigma, that is unaffected by card effects except Mathmech cards, which isn't likely to come up. It's excellent, it's 3000 attack, we can increase it with addition. Yes, but we don't play that. We play Magma, which pops cards. It's okay. Also we can exist, and I really prefer the version here and the Alum version. Those are very good. And then finally a Signet Conflict, because we play a lot of Code Talkers and we can negate stuff. It's alright, it's basically just to fill out space. There's some flex spots like Signet Conflict, Mouse Click, Microcoder. Of course, all of these hand trap waitable cards can be replaced with like Maxx, Called by the Grave, and so on. And I've covered quickly what we would like to replace in the extra deck, upgrading this. It would of course be the Magma to a Final Sigma, potentially another Alum version, and of course the Accesscode Talker, because it is the best Cybers link, essentially. We get locked into Cybers with a lot of our cards, which doesn't hinder us much, and Accesscode is very nice. But yeah, that's the XYZs. We have Link Devotee. It allows us to go into Link 3s. We cannot Link summon 3 or higher, so we get stuck on 2s, but that's okay. It's here. It's if we brick really hard, basically. Linguribo, it's a trap negate and can get us started with like Mathmech Circular and yeah, stuff. It's good. Wicked. Haven't found amazing use for this. It can't be destroyed by battle or card effects, which is of course good, but it's very low attack. But it protects from these two, which is also nice. And if a monster is special summoned to a zone it points to, you can banish one Cybers monster from your graveyard to add a Cybers tuner from your deck to your hand. That searches us Final Sigma, which is a tuner. No, just Sigma, sorry. Regular Sigma. And Diameter, which is also a tuner. Update Jammer for OTKs, it gives us double attacks on a Link 2. We have that also in a Link 3, but they have some different requirements and come up at different points. Both good. Code Talker Inverted gets us into Transcode Talker of a Link 2, and then it can summon it back and get us into a Link 4 or 5. We aren't currently running any of those, but that's just because all of the Cybers links are ultra rares or up, except for Topologic Bomber Dragon, which just ends up blowing up our field all the time, which could be good, but I decided against playing it. But that is a consideration, of course, the Topologic Bomber Dragon. Then Splash Mage has basically the same purpose as Code Talker Inverted, but summons from grave instead of from hand. Accelerator can facilitate OTKs to cards it points to by giving them big attack or double attack on monsters. Keep that in mind, it's only on monsters, so the 2000 attack is the big thing here. Power Code Talker is a negate. Power Code Talker is a negate and can double its attack. Together with Accelerator, this can OTK. Transcode Talker summons from grave, lets us go into links, and has a decent body and a protection effect where we can't be targeted with co-link monsters. Deleter, he pops cards basically. If we have extra gas on the field, we can convert it into popping monsters on our opponent's field, which is alright. And then the big tempo card in this deck, Decode Talker Heat Soul, which was released in the Salamangreat structure deck, which is, of course, where we get the Signet Mining. He can pay 1000 life points and draw a card. Basically, he gives us double draws every turn, and it's very, very good in grind games, where the games get kind of slow. But yeah, that covers the deck list and like the philosophy of the deck and what we're trying to do. Here we go with a example game here. We got Sigma in hand, Subtraction, Parallel Exceed, Signet Mining, and Small World, so we can search out 2 cards here. And we can do that. Let's toss this Subtraction because it's not amazing. Like the Circular instead. Perfect. We can then summon Mathmech Circular, sending. We can send Non-Tuner, Grave, special summon Circular, special summon Sigma, trigger Circular, and grab us Super Factorial next turn. After that, we can link or exceed whatever we want. Want to set up on this turn potentially. Potentially a Decode Talker could be good, so we can just go Sigma to Linkuribo. Linkuribo will trigger our Parallel Lead, so we can summon him, about his buddy. That gets us a 3. We can also go into one of these, but we can do that next turn. Yep, this could actually be a good call to this guy. This can search for us and add 1 level 4 monster from it. So why not? Just detach everything, it's fine. Search out. Yeah, basically any. Because we still have our normal, we can summon out Diameter, activate Diameter, grab whoever really doesn't mostly matter. Circular. We could go for Mega here. So go for Code Talker. Maybe we go for this. So he needs that guy too. Maybe we to this guy. Him. Summon back this little fella. But then go into like Splash Mage, suppose with him. Then we can grab something. Let's this guy. And we can go to Talker. Normally, like the non-budget version, we probably set up like an IP Masquerena, stuff like that. But we can see what we get. Signet Conflict, that's excellent. This is an okay. If it's co-linked, your opponent cannot target them with card effects, so this guy is protected now. They buff each other. We can pass here. Game is gonna set. We can go ahead and activate Super Factorial. I'll probably go for Xyz here. And then we can eat Soul as well. Draw, we're not negating, that's fine. Now this isn't as clear cut as the Despia deck that I just released, of course. This is a wilder ride. it varies much more what you can do. Lines are much more complicated. As you can see here, we get to toss one from his hand, send this to the grave, and then as well, giving us a 3-4-1 super effect, clearing the board. And this is 6,000. This is lethal. Then we just go in and finish it again, and that's a basic turn with the deck, not super complicated, and again we're quite limited with what we can do because we don't have Accesscode, Maxx, Mask Arena, Nightmare Phoenix, and no, Nightmare Unicorn, etc. But it's still an excellent deck. So thank you. I'll throw it back to the deck list. And so thank you very much for watching the video. To summarize, this deck is excellent. It has a lot of power, a lot of gas, it can summon a ton of dimes, it has easy access to negates, OTKs, unaffected cards. I think we're gonna see a lot of Mathmech rolling around in the meta the coming months and weeks for sure. This deck is pretty crazy. I highly recommend building it as a budget variant because it's very cheap really. You only need 4 ultra rare cards, 5 if you go for Accesscode, which I would recommend going for the Accesscode. It really gives the deck that end point that it's severely lacking now that I'm only running level Link 3 monsters. But yeah, comment for any other guides you would like to see, any budget guides, any deck guides, combo guides, and keep an eye out for more shorts, gameplay, and streams as usual. Thank you again for watching the video. Like, comment, subscribe, you know the drill, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.